Hi, it's Lee from the Perfume Shop, and we are so excited to be talking about Maison Margiela today. And I'm joined by the lovely Rita, who works with the brand. Now, Rita, tell us a little bit about you.
Hi everyone, so I am the Fragrance Education Executive at L'Oreal, and one of my most precious brands is Maison Margiela. So I have been working with the brand for about 4 years now, Lee.
I know, we've actually done an Instagram live together and we've talked a little bit about the brand before, but we have got 15 fragrances to talk to you about today. So we are really, really excited because it's an absolutely gorgeous brand and it's got a very different approach to perfume. So Rita, tell us about the brand itself then, the fashion brand.
So Maison Margiela began as a French fashion house. It was founded in 1988 by a fashion designer that I adore. He was called Maison Margiela. And when he created the house, he really wanted to preserve the beautiful memories that clothes, that garments bring to us. And in 2012, inspired by that concept of making things last forever, creating timeless garments, he created the Fragrance Replica collection. So in partnership with some of the best, most incredible perfumers in the world, he creates these fragrances as a duo. So this love of preserving fragrances, preserving special moments, and the best items, the best raw materials, the best scents in the world together in a bottle.
It's a really gorgeous brand, and as I said, it's quite new to us here at the Perfume Shop, so it's a great opportunity for you to discover it with us. Now, if you want to shop along as well, you'll notice that the products will appear in the top of the screen as we go through, and you can just click on the product and it'll take you through to the website and you can check out. You can also chat to us, so ask us some questions. It'll be, so Steve saying, I'm really keen to smell at the barbers. So am I, Steve. Yeah, we can't wait. I've had a little sniff, but Rita's going to tell us properly.
Yeah.
But also give us some love. So let us know if you love what Rita's telling us, if you like the sound of the fragrances, and some of the fragrances that we have today. When you go onto our website, you can see that you've got a try me option, because it's always a little bit difficult to buy something before you've smelt it. So if it's got a try me section on there, you can see exactly which fragrances you can have delivered home with a sample. You can try the sample before you open the fragrance, and if you don't like it, you can send it back. So that's great. So Susie says she cannot wait. So shall we crack on? So
yes,
now,
absolutely.
The way that we're going to talk about the fragrances, Rita, you're going to talk about sensations, aren't you? So this, if you haven't tried the fragrances before, is a really good way to kind of consider, what mindset are you in before you start that fragrance. So what's the first set of sensations we're going to talk about?
So the first sensations we will discover are the clean and fresh sensations. So this is a collection of 4 fragrances that they all evoke this clean, fresh, invigorating sensation. So I think we can start with at the barbers.
Oh, at the barbers. So Steve, we're on it. We're watching.
We're doing this for you.
Yeah, this is all for you. So
when we smell at the barbers, and what's very important.
Sorry.
What's very important to know about the fragrances before we try them is that there's so much more about sensations and memories rather than just scents. And that's why we don't really talk about top, heart, and base notes, but the sensations and how the ingredients bring them to life. So when we smell at the barbers, and if you're at home and don't have the fragrance with you, I want you to close your eyes and imagine you're in Madrid. You just walked into a barber shop and you're going to have one of the most incredible experiences of your life. So you have a leather seat, Lee. So you're sitting on this amazing leather seat. Can you smell the leather a little bit on the fragrance? I can smell the leather, yeah. And then they're going to apply the shaving mousse on your face.
Do you know, that's what you can smell straight away.
Yes.
So, if you've ever been, if you're a chap, you've ever been to a barber's, obviously, and you have a shave, it's got that kind of creamy, soapy scent,
but very aromatic at the same time. So you can smell the lavender a little bit and the basil. So it's really inspired by this masculine atmosphere, this masculine environment, seductive, aromatic, and very relaxing as well, but also clean and fresh.
It is. It's gorgeous. It's amazing how they've managed to capture that.
Very genuine.
In one, like as soon as you sprayed it,
Yeah.
you know, you could get that soapy but very rich aromatic scent, as you said. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it.
Fantastic. I love this fragrance. Perfect for any season, really, but going into spring, going into summer, it's perfect.
Very
Perfect
clean and
fragrance.
fresh. So
what are we trying now?
When the Rain Stops?
When the Rain Stops. So this is the most recent
I haven't
fragrance
smelled this
of When
one.
the Rain Stops. Now this is absolutely fantastic. Now, all of you at home, I want you to imagine how you feel when the rain stops outside. So those dark clouds go away, the rainbow comes through, and we feel this incredible earthy, relaxing scent of wet nature after the rain. So it's aromatic, it's earthy, a little bit woody, but very clean, very relaxing.
Exactly. It smells like, you know, it's rain just fresh on the grass.
Yes,
Really,
it's
really
exactly
lovely.
what it is. So we imagine the first sensation, which is the wet scent of nature after the rain. But then what comes next is the sun. So we needed something that is bright.
There's some warmth
And
there
a
as
little
well.
bit warm. So we get that by blending pink pepper and rose.
Beautiful.
So it's really beautiful, very clean, very transparent, very invigorating. I love wearing it in the morning.
And these fragrances have no gender alliance,
No
do
gender,
they?
no gender. We like to call them universal because they can appeal to anyone in any country. Anyone will relate to this because we've all lived it, we've all experienced it.
It really is. Like it's very, very fresh and very much of this moment of the year, isn't it? As well.
Yes, absolutely. And I find it very relaxing. So if you're at home and you ever want a fragrance that will, you just want to stay home maybe for the day and you want to feel relaxed, spray it around you, spray it on you. It will, just so relaxing.
Beautiful, beautiful. So we'll move on to the next one, which is Bubble Bath.
I love bubble bath. Now, this is a very special bubble bath because we're not just anywhere in the world.
Oh, really?
We are in Beverly Hills.
Ah.
So you're in this amazing house, Lee, up on a hill.
Of course, always.
Have amazing pool. You have this bubble bath going on.
That's fruity.
It's beautiful. So this is a very special fragrance. Would you say this is a chypre?
It's because
Powerful.
it's very potent.
Very powerful, very potent, very rosy.
Yeah, there's almost like
clean.
I kind of want to say bubblegum a little bit.
A little bit. I'll tell you where that comes from. So the two sensations we wanted from bubble bath. The number one is that feeling of just falling into a big bath full of bubbles, and for that we use an accord called soap bubble accord, which is really soapy, really creamy, but then we add rose and musk, and that really adds to the sensation of wrapping yourself around the thick towel, completely relaxed, very elegant, and again fresh, really uplifting, really energizing. I really like wearing these in the morning because it's almost like a breath of fresh air.
It really is. It's like a cloud, isn't it?
You're ready for the day. You're full of energy.
So Thea's saying, do you sell these in store or online only? So Maison Margiela is online only, Thea. And Russell says he loves fruity. Well, good for you, Russell. We'll have to make sure you get some nice fruity scents. Yeah. And Susie is asking, what is your favourite?
We were just talking about
this. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. So come on, tell me what your... But you haven't got one, have you?
I haven't got one. I have plenty. We're going to get to my favourite shortly, which is Lazy Sunday Morning. But I would say within this collection, within the clean and fresh scents, it has to be When the Rain Stops.
Really?
It's just so relaxing, and sometimes you don't need a fragrance that will make you feel confident or powerful. You just want to be you.
Yeah.
You just want to be you, feel comfortable in your own skin, and that does it for me. It's me, but relaxed and comfy in my own skin.
I think out of these so far, I like Barbershop.
Yes. I thought you would.
Lazy Sunday Morning.
Lazy Sunday Morning.
We love a lazy Sunday morning.
Love a lazy Sunday morning. Lee, just forgot about your blood.
Oh.
So we love a good lazy Sunday morning, and this one will transport us to Italy.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, I think I've got a new favourite.
Yeah? So in Lazy Sunday Morning, it's all about, you know that feeling when you make your bed from fresh clean sheets?
Yeah.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
I love this.
Lazy Sunday Morning is really inspired by fresh, clean linen. So it's soft, it's comforting, it's elegant, it's clean. It's very cotton-like.
It's like a crisp shirt. Like
yes, just something that is just freshly washed. And
Yeah.
when you put your favorite clothing, your favorite sheets on the bed and they're freshly clean, how does it make you feel? Comfortable, cozy.
It's kind of enveloping as well.
Yeah, very enveloping
There's
as well.
a slight powderiness to it, but not overpowering.
Not overpowering.
Yeah, it's very, very clean and very, very fresh.
So what we blend in here that gives you that powdery feeling, Lee, is the iris flower from Tuscany. So this fragrance is very inspired by Italy. So we went and we grabbed that iris from Tuscany. So it's so elegant and so comfortable and sophisticated. Even though it's clean and fresh and easy to wear, it still feels very sophisticated.
That is a gorgeous scent. Have any of you tried Maison Margiela before? Samantha, I already have Jazz Club and I love it. I love Maison Margiela.
Yes.
That's good. We're coming up to Jazz Club with the warm and cozy. So
will.
there's not just one, there's quite a few, Samantha. Oh, sorry, Maison. That's okay. We don't pick you out for spelling here.
No, we didn't even notice.
No, we didn't even notice. Okay, so we've had our first set of sensations and I think they're absolutely gorgeous, but we're going to move on to our next. So we're kind of going from light to dark, aren't we?
Yes, we're making our way to the deep, warm scents, almost like a journey. We started at the top, very light, very fresh, and now we're getting warmer. So the second sensation we will discover together is the sunny and invigorating. So what you can expect from this collection, Lee, is all of them are going to transport you to somewhere sunny, somewhere uplifting and bright, just like being on holiday, really.
So these, we'll try Beach Walk first.
Yes, Beach Walk.
These fragrances are really trying to enhance memories that you've already had, but they're gorgeous scents to create new memories as well. So I am looking for a wedding fragrance. I know if any of you have seen me over the last 6 months on any of social media know this, and I'm convinced I'm going to find one today.
Okay, let's see.
That's a definite contender.
Amazing. We'll make notes, Lee. Now, what do we think of this? Now, the one we're trying right now, it's Beach Walk. Now, imagine a day spent at a sandy beach and you've been in the water all day, you've been in the sun, and at the end of the day, when you're leaving home and thinking, what a day I've just had, I feel so happy and I feel so uplifted, and your skin smells like salty water and suntan lotion.
I was just going to say, it's like got that suntan lotion.
It's a holiday in a bottle. It smells like the sand, the sea, the sunshine.
An orange blossom in this.
It has orange blossom, but it also has ylang-ylang, which is very
gorgeous,
very solar, very warm, almost fiery flower. It's used a lot to portray the energy of the sun.
Yeah.
So it'll always energize you as soon as it touches your skin. It's just so beautiful,
really,
so delicate.
really lovely. It's got that warmth to it, but the floral, like very, very delicate floral notes.
And it also has
real warmth.
It brings that feeling, that sensation of the sun tanning lotion is the coconut that's inside. And it really brings that feeling of being by the beach, laying in the sun. It just makes me want to go on holiday this
Amazing.
summer.
So we'll try next Under the Lemon Trees.
How
lovely is that?
Now this is the only citrus fragrance that we have in the collection. So if you are an absolute citrus lover, you must ask straight away to try Under the Lemon Trees.
And it's quite interesting because citrus fragrances, there aren't that many.
No, there aren't that many. This is a citrus floral, but it's all about the energy of the lime. So the clue is in the name, Under the Lemon Trees. Imagine you're in southern Italy. You've been walking all day and you find yourself in this immense field of lemon trees, and you sit by them and you just enjoy the shade, the Mediterranean breeze, and the beautiful aromatic smell of a lemon tree. It's just beautiful. It's elegant, it's clean, it's zesty and fruity.
It's got that effervescence to it, that sparkle.
Sparkling. It's very sparkling, very fizzy.
So
almost.
Susie is saying that she loves citrus scents. So Susie, I have to tell you that you will not be able to go wrong with this fragrance, because if you love citrus notes, you get a real green note to it.
Yes.
you can almost smell the leaves as you're walking through, an orchard of lemons.
Yes.
So it's really, really beautiful.
You can smell the zest, you can smell the trees, you can smell the blossoms. It's all in here. It's such a beautiful citrus scent.
So Susie's asking if we do this scent in a candle as well. Now we do actually. We have beach vibes, don't we?
We have beach vibes, and we have so under the lemon trees. It doesn't come in a candle yet, but we have beach vibes, and we have springtime in a park, which they are also very fruity and very zesty. So my suggestion for you would be to go with one of those candles if you like a good citrus scent.
So Joanna, we are going to talk about the candles in a second, but we do have Jazz Club by the Fireplace, Whispers in the Library. We also have the Lazy Sunday Morning, Beach Vibe, and Springtime in the Park, as Rita mentioned. So unfortunately, no barbers.
Not yet. We always keep hopeful that they'll bring another one out.
And we're going to talk about the candles at the end, so we'll let you know all about those.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll get there in a second.
Great. So that's another beautiful. Really nice. Now I'm getting married in the summer, so I want something quite light. But let's not talk about me. Let's go on to the next one. Sailing Day.
We will discover Sailing Day right now. Now, some people, when they go into stores and they try Sailing Day, they always have this expectation that it will smell like the sea. Now, what I want you to imagine, it's not exactly the sea, but imagine you're on a boat. And you're right at the front of the boat, and you get this beautiful energy of the crashing waves and the Mediterranean breeze. So what it is a very clean, transparent, very salty fragrance, as opposed to being deep, very aquatic, very refreshing. Is a little bit more aromatic. So you have red seaweed in there, you have a little bit of coriander in there, and cedar wood to really put together the elements of being on a boat. It's
really, I'd say there's still some citrus notes in there though.
Yeah, so we have bergamot, we have lime in here as well, and we have on the base notes vetiver as well. So it adds to this depth, it gives it a little bit depth, this earthy aromatic side to it as well.
Vetiver, if you watched one of the shows that we've done before, we mentioned that vetiver is a fixative, so it helps the other ingredients act more effectively. So it's a really great ingredient to have in fragrance. But it's lovely. It has got that freshness, and it's got a real crispness to it as well. Yes, it's very
crisp as well. Very crisp, very aromatic. I would make a suggestion, when possible, is to try this fragrance on the skin.
Right.
Because I believe sometimes the blotters don't do it justice.
Yeah.
It's really
how would you recommend customers get the most out of their fragrances?
So normally what we would suggest is, as soon as you get out of the shower, whilst your skin is still a little bit damp, apply your fragrance straight away. Don't be scared, it will last. It's actually the best way to make it last. And then what you can do right after you apply your scent is something we call layering. So you can grab, if you have the same body lotion, which in Maison Margiela we don't have sadly, or an unscented body lotion, apply it right on top of your fragrance, and that will increase.
That's locking it in
and increasing the lastability as well.
Lovely. So we're going to. So this sensation collection was
sunny and invigorating.
These, do you know, I just love the colours of these bottles as well. I mean,
having your own rainbow.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are now into. Should I do that?
Yeah.
I'm breaking up the pink.
Yeah.
So we're now into a new collection.
So we're now going to discover the floral and delicate sensation. So if you are someone that loves floral fragrances, but delicate fragrances as well, then this will very likely be your collection.
And again, you know, the gender barriers are kind of breaking down more and more. Absolutely. And more. And I think that it's actually okay for a guy to wear a slight floral now as well.
So the one we're discovering right now is called Flower Market, and is inspired by one of the biggest and most beautiful flower markets in Paris. And I think it's so gender neutral, and I honestly prefer it on men's skin. Very fresh.
Very, very fresh.
What we wanted in Flower Market, and sometimes I'll let you in on a small secret, is that our perfumers get inspired and create our fragrances through watching Polaroids. So what our perfumers saw in the Polaroid was a big market flower, and he saw all the buckets, all the stems on the all the stems on the floor, all the crushed leaves, and he said, well, in order to really fully recreate a flower market, I need to add those water buckets, so it needs to be fresh, but I need the leaves, I need the stems on the floor, the crushed leaves. So this is a floral green fragrance, and we actually created an accord called Green Leaves Accord just for Margiela, which really adds that greenness, that leafiness, that earthy effect to the fragrance. It almost makes it slightly aquatic, very humid, and then instead of having one flower that we focus on, we wanted to really portray a flower market where all the flowers are there in harmony. No flower overpowers the other.
Exactly that. It's like a very light bouquet, because
very light bouquet.
Have you got peony in there?
We have peony, we have lily of the valley, we have
and lily of the valley can be very heady.
Yeah, it's
but it's
very
not
soft.
at all. And what's beautiful about this is, flowers only bloom. So peonies only bloom for about 4 weeks, of the year. And if you have a favourite flower that you discover in a fragrance, you can smell that way all year long.
It's
beautiful
scent.
Really, really lovely. So, what one are we going to discover next?
We have, again,
Matcha Meditation.
Very recent fragrance, Matcha Meditation. We launched this fragrance during lockdown, and it is exactly what it says on the name. So it's a beautiful matcha tea encapsulated in a bottle, but it's also very floral. So this is a citrus floral fragrance, and it has orange blossom, but we use it on the top notes, which is not very usual. Mm-hmm. So we use the orange blossom on the top notes. We also have bergamot, we have lime. But once we reach those base notes, which are already coming through, we have a beautiful base of white chocolate and matcha. So it starts fresh, becomes a little bit more powdery and floral, and then a beautiful, deep
a creaminess to
very
it.
Creamy, very milky.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful base. I would say this is a perfect fragrance for someone that, loves a floral fragrance, a delicate fragrance, but wants depth at the base as well.
I wouldn't really, when I smell that, I don't think floral straight away at all. Yeah. It's really interesting that we've got it in this sensation, but it doesn't necessarily overpower or get that overwhelming scent. But I think that's what's so amazing about this brand. Is that
so different.
That they do capture the moment that you talk about.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to on the label on the front, we have several descriptions, don't we?
Yes.
So we have originality, provenance and period, fragrance description, and style description. So you can see those on the label there. Can you tell us the story behind that?
So when I was telling you before that the replica fragrance collection was inspired by a fashion collection, that fashion collection was created in 1994, and it was all about Maison Margiela traveling all over the world, finding all these beautiful garments. He loved fashion from the 50s, the 70s, the 80s. So he would travel the world and find all these fashion items that were produced in the 70s or the 50s. He would bring them back to Paris to his atelier and add a few changes to them to make them timeless.
Amazing.
But because it wasn't his original design, it wasn't his original idea, he never called that collection a Maison Margiela collection. He called it Replica. Okay. And he told us where he found it, so the originally, what was the time, what was the provenance where he found it, and the item description, and that label is just the same.
That's amazing. It's so funny, isn't it? When you pick up a bottle and you see something like that, you don't necessarily think of the story behind it, and that is a beautiful, beautiful story.
Very detailed.
Now, the last of the florals, we're going to Springtime in the Park.
Springtime in a Park. So this fragrance is very inspired in Shanghai, because Shanghai is the city of blooms. As soon as spring reaches, the city gets painted in this beautiful pink of the cherry blossom trees, and that is why the juice of the bottle is so pink, because it's reminiscent of the sightseeings in Shanghai. Now, this fragrance was actually inspired by Flower Market, but we wanted to make it out to a younger generation. We
I
wanted
was
to
just going to
modernize it.
say exactly that. It's quite a young, fresh floral.
Absolutely. So it's very...
Because it's delicate. It's quite bright as well.
Very bright, uplifting, very luminous. So we repeated some of the same flowers. So we have your peony, we have your lily of the valley, your rose, but we've added jasmine. So it's a little bit more heady, a little bit more solar, just like spring. And so the sensations we really wanted to recreate were the flowers in full bloom. So it's a little bit more powerful, a little bit more heady,
but not too much.
Not too much. And the big change in here is that we've added a fruity facet with pear.
Ooh.
So if you like the sweetness, that juiciness of pear on a fragrance,
and also a little bit of crispness as well.
Yes.
So Paul's saying that he loves these scents. They so perfectly capture a memory in a bottle. His absolute favourite is Lazy Sunday, and it's so good. It's his essential all day long.
Oh, I love that.
That's lovely, Paul.
We share
Thank
the
you.
same favourite.
Yeah. So Rita loves a Lazy Sunday as well. Really gorgeous. So again, like none of those fragrances are overpowering florals.
Yes, none of them. They're very light, very...
And we're going to go into the slightly deeper collection now, aren't we? Should we do 2 and then a 3?
Yeah, we can do 2 and a 3.
Because I don't think we can fit all of them on my little tray.
Now,
So-
I must say, this is my favourite collection. This is where I am at home. I'm going to move in a little bit so you can
Come
see
on
me. And so we're going to start with Autumn Vibes. Now, this is a very recent fragrance for us as well. And we talked about it on our last live, so you can have a little sneak peek at that as well. Now, Autumn Vibes is such a beautiful picture of autumn. So if you are an autumn lover like me, you love how the colours of the city change.
It's kind of that September, October,
Yes.
as the leaves are starting to turn.
Yes.
And well, it could happen at any time of year, really, with us in the UK.
At the end of the day. But it's really, to me, this fragrance, I close my eyes and I see a city painted in shades of orange and red, and you venture into a park and the floor is covered in leaves and the air is crisp and it's cold, and you can venture to the forest, you can go on long walks, you can grab that warm cup of coffee and carry it in your hands. It's just autumn.
It's really beautiful. And what I love about these fragrances is the colours of the juice actually really reflect the depth of the fragrance as well.
Yeah,
and these really are the kind of the more amber scents. So Paul is saying, you guys make it so easy to choose through conversations. I could listen to you both all day. Paul, you can absolutely. Anytime. Now this is Autumn Vibes. It's got a slight smokiness to it, a little bit earthy.
So that is from the Gaiac wood that we use.
Okay.
It's a very smoky, very deep wood. And then you have the pink pepper, you have the cardamom that really comes through. And the pink pepper and the cardamom really contrast, because on one you have this very fresh and aromatic, on the other you have this deep and warm and sometimes sweet spice. So it's really a contrast of spices in here. Very earthy.
Yeah, and it's just a hint of smokiness, but not too much.
It's never too harsh.
No.
It's just crisp.
Oh, like
is
that
definitely
one.
one of
Like
my
that one.
favourites.
So now we are a coffee break.
Oh, coffee
That
break.
doesn't mean you can leave us. You have to stay tuned.
We're still here. Coffee break, I must say.
So Susie's asking what size the fragrance is coming. I've completely neglected to tell you that. There's the 30ml at £49 and the 100ml is £99. And like I said, you know, some of these fragrances have the try me as well. Paul, this would make a wonderful candle. Is it available?
On the Autumn Vibes. So Autumn Vibes was launched last year, 2021, and we will come out with a candle, but it's not ready yet. So it'll be next year or in 2 years' time.
Watch out. Just watch out for it. And then we have another question. What are your 2 favourite Margiela fragrances to layer?
Oh, that's a very good question. So I really like in summer to wear sharper scents and normally more citrusy, more zesty and fruity. So what I love to do is I grab under the lemon trees and I use it as my base. You can go, depending on how much you love citrus, you can do 2 spritz, 3 spritz, and then layer with your favorite fragrance that you have at home. What I do is I use Under the Lemon Trees as my base, and then I play with them. So I really like it with Springtime in a Park, really like it with Flower Market as well. I've never tried it with Beach Walk, but now that you made me think of this, it might be a really good mix as well. Haven't tried it with the warmer fragrances, but normally that's what I do. Beautiful base of a citrusy scent, and then with my Springtime or my Flower Market, and they work wonders. I always get compliments when I do them.
Well, I'm sure you do. It's
beautiful. So we're now discovering Coffee Break. So Coffee Break, it was inspired by Stockholm, but honestly, if you close your eyes and you just imagine really, well, this is going to be a bad memory for now, but imagine a really busy day, and you're at work or you're at home and you think, oh, I just really need 5 minutes to myself. I'm going to walk out and grab a coffee. Imagine those 5 minutes sat at a coffee shop. You can smell the coffee beans roasting. You can smell some pastries in the making. So it's
got a little leather in there.
It has leather accord. So this one has leather accord, espresso accord, and one of my favorites, milk mousse accord.
Because it's not like with a scent that's called Coffee Break, you'd imagine you'd get like a espresso, like a big, bold scent, but it's not at all. It's like soft. Very soft and, like you say, quite relaxing.
Yeah. So the secret behind that, Lee, we worked with a perfumer called Natalie Lawson in the industry. She's very famous and adored for her coffee accords. So for Coffee Break, instead of being inspired just by a cup of coffee, she was actually inspired by a latte, a cafe latte.
You can totally get that.
This is what Coffee Break really is. It's a cafe latte in a cup, because you have the milk froth and the milk mousse, and that, when you have the first sip of a latte and it's just so frothy and so comforting on the lips, it's exactly how the fragrance feels like on the skin and when you smell it on the paper as well. And then you have the vanilla on the base to really portray that feeling of the pastries in the making and the sweet, delicious cafe environment.
Really nice. And I'm not a fan of coffee. Like, I don't normally like it in a fragrance, but this is, like you say, it's a very different approach to it, and it's thinking of that whole experience of sitting in the coffee bar.
I missed a detail which really contrasts that sharpness of the coffee you're talking about. It also has lavender.
Okay.
And that aromatic facet of the lavender really cuts through that dark, sometimes chocolatey facet of the coffee, and it makes it more aromatic and lighter and fresher too.
So Steve says, this one sounds so good, can't beat the smell of a coffee shop. No, you can't.
Cannot.
Well, I'm more about the pastries in the coffee shop than the actual coffee itself.
The cinnamon rolls.
I'm a hot chocolate man. So now we have our final three fragrances. I can't believe we've got through them so quickly.
So we're still in our warm and cozy. This is still our warm and cozy sensation. What are we trying now, Lee?
Whispers in the Library.
I love this one, and this is actually my mother's favorite.
Oh, is it?
Every time I spray,
it makes you think of her.
Yeah. So this is inspired by the sensation of hours and hours spent reading a book. So it's really that waxed paper feeling, those strong covers.
How have they done that?
It's
so amazing.
It's magic. So imagine it's inspired.
It smells like the binding of a book.
Yeah. So we have waxed paper accords, which really, really replicates that smell. I love an old book. Love the smell.
It's the pages. When you open up a book and you open up the pages, and it has that smell, doesn't it? It's like, it's not something you can explain, really, but it's there.
I always invite people, because these fragrances, they're so genuine and they're so special, that have a look, have a little spritz, have a little try just to discover them, because they are intriguing and it's magical to discover them. So when you smell Whispers in the Library, if you're a book lover like me, you'll always connect with that sensation of a brand new or an old book in your hands. But if you are a library lover and you like going to a special place to really disconnect and read a book, we used a cedar wood accord that really replicates that smell of a solid, noble wood floor and a really old wooden desk. So it brings that sensation of being in a library to life as well. Just for all of our book lovers out there.
It's so interesting. Yeah, well. It's a really interesting way to wear fragrance, isn't it? It's a very different way, different mindset to approach a brand, because it's not necessarily about, you know, making a big impact or you know making a massive statement with what you chose to wear. It's about how you feel and what memory you want to evoke and how, you know, that moment for you. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Couldn't have said it better, Lee. Now, where are we going next? We are discovering By the Fireplace. This, again, is one of my absolute favorites. I love to wear it. I love to spray it around me. It's just good. Oh, delicious.
You get that smokiness straight away.
It's beautiful. So, in reality, it's inspired by, now picture this everyone, a cottage in the woods in the middle of a snowy mountain.
Oh, that's a beautiful idea, isn't it?
You're freezing cold, but you open the door to that cottage and there's a fireplace on, firewood roasting, and you're just warm and you feel comfortable.
I'm thinking I've got my tartan onesie on and I'm sitting there with the dog on my lap.
It's also inspired
dinner
by
being made for me.
Yes, maybe some roasted chestnuts.
Oh, absolutely.
So it has roasted chestnut accord inside as well. It has this beautiful accord of sandalwood with gaiac wood as well, clove oil, which is very aromatic.
It's interesting that how when you mention an ingredient, all of a sudden you kind of get like a synapse in your brain kind of goes, oh, I can smell that now.
Yes.
It's so funny, isn't it? That's the olfactive memory, isn't it, working?
A lot of people, the lovers of By the Fireplace say it also reminds them of bonfire night.
Yes.
So imagine being with your friends, it's bonfire night, you're out, you're enjoying the company, it's cold, but you're comfy in your big coat. It's just so beautiful.
Really lovely.
Comforting but elegant. Really, really beautiful.
Now, are we on to...
Oh, we're on to the last one. It'll be this one. So this... Oh, we saved the best for last. They're all beautiful, but I do have...
So Susie says matcha meditation. Definitely wants to try, but I think for now she's moving towards Under the Lemon Trees.
Oh, wow. Yes, do give it a try. And for spring, summer, it'll be fantastic.
Now, I have to say to you that I recently took one of my best friends, she was looking for a new fragrance, and took her to try some fragrances. And I knew where we would end up, and it was here.
Oh, in Chester.
And I was right.
And that's the one she chose?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, and we tried lots of brands. And she wanted something that was very different. She is very much like, you know, she likes the amber scents.
Yes.
You know, she likes something that, again, not makes a statement, but she loves the woodiness in a fragrance. Yeah. And this is
perfect for her. So this is an ambery, spicy, woody scent. Really, really, really beautiful. I always want people sometimes to imagine when they, again, don't have the fragrance in their hands. Have you seen the movie La La Land?
Oh, of course I have. So I lived that film.
Imagine the jazz club in La La Land. So you can see the guy playing the saxophone in this fragrance. It's all about the atmosphere. So imagine a saxophone playing, you order a whiskey cocktail, you sit on a leather chair, someone is smoking a cigar, and it's all those different sensations put together into the jazz club fragrance bottle.
It is gorgeous.
It's just dreamy, and it transports you.
I would also, I think that is my favourite out of that collection, but I think I am going to go with... Oh, am I going to do that? I think I am. I think I'm going to go Lazy Sunday Morning for the wedding.
Yes, that's a great option.
Nice and crisp, because that's how I want to feel, crisp and clean.
And clean and pure.
Well, I don't know about the pure, but the romantic, yes.
Oh,
really, really gorgeous.
Beautiful fragrance.
So again, let us know what you think of the fragrances. Which ones do you like that we've kind of piqued your interest to try? Now, we're also going to talk about the candles. So I will move these and we will put the candles on. Now, I have to say that these candles have filled the room with scent and they've not even been lit. So as soon as we were taking them out of the packaging, you could get the scent straight away, which is just absolutely stunning. Oh. Hang on,
we do a little dance?
There we go.
We're back.
We were obviously standing still for too long. The blackout in the studio. But these fragrances are actually absolutely gorgeous. So we have beach vibes. Rita, tell us what's different about the candles.
Now, this exactly what Lee was saying. You do not need to light up these candles for the smell to completely fill up the room. Now, there's a lot of different secrets that go behind this and allow us to achieve this. Then, number one, the candles are created by the same perfumers that create the scents. So you know that the blend, the oils are going to be the best quality possible. The concentration of the essential oils inside the candles is very high as well. So for example, normally they all have around 10%, but Bubble Bath has 12% essential oils. So sometimes they variate. And that's already a very high concentration of oil for a candle. And then the third fact that helps us achieve this beautiful, outstanding smell is the fact that we work with mineral waxes. So all the candles in the collection have a blend of different mineral waxes. And the reason why we choose to work with them is because they are beautiful fixatives for oils.
Okay.
So you know that the waxes that we're working with are really going to help hold those beautiful scents of the oils together, and they're going to help the scent diffuse throughout the room. They're really a masterpiece.
James has said the candles look great and can't wait to hear all about them. So we also have Springtime in the Park.
Yes.
And we also have Lazy Sunday Morning. So could you just remind us of the scents from these fragrances?
Absolutely.
So the first one with Beach Vibes.
So first one with Beach Vibes. Inside you still have the bergamot. You have a lot of the ylang ylang, so it'll become very solar, very sweet, very beachy inside the bottle. And then you also have iris and you have ambrette. So it's a very warm, solar, but subtle and delicate scent. So if you like to play with your candles around the house, I would suggest this one for the bedroom, but also for the living room and even for the hall. Because one very important thing about ylang ylang is that it's a very positive note. It irradiates positivity. So as soon as you walk into the house, you can be welcomed by that positivity from the ylang ylang.
That's going to have some zen.
Zen effects.
Yeah,
even. Yes, absolutely.
And then we have the Springtime
in the Park. So here we have, again, the jasmine. You will have the pear. You will have the rose. You will have the lily of the valley. So it's a very clean, soft, very subtle and sweet candle. Again, it's perfect for the living room, perfect for the bedroom if you like some floral scents, maybe romantic scents in the bedroom.
A little bit of romance doesn't go wrong.
They all last 41 hours.
41 hours.
41 hours, we call it lifetime. So 41 hours lifetime, and they weigh 165 grams as well.
Okay. And James is saying, how long is the burning time? We've just said it's 41 hours, James.
Hours.
And then Lazy Sunday Morning, which is...
Lazy Sunday Morning. Now, this is where you have, again, your lily of the valley, you have your musk, and you have your iris. So really subtle, very, very clean, very luminous, very bright, and very relaxing. So I always keep my Lazy Sunday Morning candle in the bedroom. It's my favorite for the bedroom.
Right, and then I'll bring over the... So Jazz Club. Do you want to remind us about Jazz Club?
So inside you're going to have rum absolute. Who doesn't love a little bit of rum? Then you have your pink pepper and pink berries and your vanilla on the base. So really warm, very seductive, very ambery, very spicy. You can use it sometimes in a bedroom. But I also really, really like it to be kept in the living room. It's a beautiful scent. to have around the
And
family
then
area.
by the fireplace.
By the fireplace. So again, you can really smell the guaiaquid on this one. So I love keeping it in my living room because it really reminds me of the smell of a fireplace. So you will definitely feel the guaiaquid a little bit more on the candle than on the scent, but also the vanilla and the chestnut and the clove, you feel them too. So I would say this is a little bit more woody and aromatic than the scent, but it'll be the exact same scent, just a little bit stronger on the woods.
And then we finish with Whispers in the Library.
Oh, so that's our cedar wood. It's our paper waxed accord. It's our pink pepper as well. Really comforting, really relaxing. I think all of the warmer and cozier candles are perfect for the living room. A really, really special thing about them, Lee, is that they're done in Provence, the iconic city of candles, and they are produced in a small factory, and they're done by a very talented chandler. That's the name of people that only work with candles.
I thought you meant someone from Friends.
From Friends,
then.
yeah, I always get that.
Sorry.
So
Can't come up with an original joke.
So they're done by a semi-manual process in the heart of Provence by a professional chandler. So it's a very special gift to share with someone as well.
Susie's asking, do you have any other sizes like mini candles?
We sometimes, not always, around Christmas time, we bring a set, and in that set you can get the 70-gram ones. Without it being in Christmas or for a special occasion, they only come in one size, which is the 165 grams.
Rita, I can't believe that we've gone through everything.
I know, it's gone so quickly.
We've done so well. You've done amazingly.
Oh.
And it's been really, really lovely having you here talking about the brand. And I hope that we've given you some inspiration. So Paul says, what an amazing range. Now I just have to choose which one to make mine. Which ones tempt you, Paul?
Yes, let us know.
Come and tell us which one might you like. As I said, I'm going for Lazy Sunday Morning for my wedding fragrance. You surprised?
I'm surprised.
Why?
Jazz Club was your favourite, and they're so different.
I'm like day and night.
Yeah.
But it is gorgeous,
Okay.
absolutely lovely. And I think, for me, certainly, when you're choosing your fragrance, think about when you want to wear it. What's the occasion? How do you want to feel? What's the mood? And Samantha says you've done a great job describing all the different scents. Lazy Sunday Morning does sound great.
Oh, it does.
Well, we agree, Samantha.
Beautiful.
So let's see what my groom thinks.
Yes.
Let's see what who knows.
Oh,
Hopefully he'll like it.
He will love it.
But anyway, tell us what you think about the fragrances. So Paul says, I've enjoyed so much spending time with you. I feel like the library will be my new purchase.
Yes.
Go for it, Paul.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Find it on the website. Just check out on the show that you can go back and watch it again if you liked it so much. So it's been lovely speaking to you all, and we do hope to see you very soon. Do take a look at the website. Do take a look at the brand. There's other fragrances on there as well from Maison Margiela, so not just the replica collection. But thank you for watching, everybody, and we will see you all very, very soon.
Bye.